Hello everyone, welcome back to Oblivion. Now, if I sound a little different, or if the game sounds a little different, there's a reason for that. I found out the issue with my audio from last time that I had to spend a while fixing, and only fixed by unplugging and replugging like a moron. It was that the frequency from my recordings, the frequency from my speakers, well, headphones, but the game records from the speakers because complicated. Nothing I'm sure you guys are interested in. But anyway, point is, they're running at different frequencies. It screwed things up. I fixed this. Now I know how to fix this in the future again. I love that they're destroying basic Necromancers. Who the hell do you think I am? You just beat yourself to death trying to kill me. Like, you just beat yourself to death trying to kill me. What is wrong with you? Who beats themselves to death trying to kill someone? I'd ask how it works, but I know the answer. It's magic. Like, flat out, lol, magic. Because it's a magical spell. Doesn't mean it's not weird as hell, though. Nothing of use over here aside from the loot boxes. No, not that type. Oblivion isn't that new. Actually, that reminds me. I don't know why it reminds me, but... Alright. These two things are always... If you ever see this little stump, know that these two are often going to just lower down. At least they can. Is that who I think it is? Okay. 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 Yeah, you can also just make a poison out of that. Which I guess freezes up the vocal cords or something. So wouldn't freezing up the vocal cords just flat out choke someone to death? Also, the fact that you never find any of the other Imperial battle mages in there annoys me. Like, come on, devs. Is it really that hard to lay some corpses around? Seriously, is it? I don't actually mod this game at all. Alright.
My pleasure.
Bones go crack and my chills.
What news of your task? Your face looks grim. What? By the Nine, and there was nothing you could do for him?
I gave him the
What a
Emperor's
horrible
mercy.
fate. I cannot imagine how they could do that to him. So many lives lost. I thank you for trying to save him. Before we continue, goodbye.
Level up! Okay, you know what? 13 hours so I can get to 9 a.m. and then Raminus Paulus will awaken or something. I know. Sorry if I yawn a bit during this. It's a bit late because, again, puzzling out what the hell is wrong with your audio system is a bit of a nuisance. Hey, Raminus.
It's my pleasure.
Rumors?
Half of the... Before you begin, your role within the guild becomes ever more essential. You have now attained the rank of Warlock, and are freely able to access the council chamber.
Nice. Tasks?
Your tasks now come directly from... Take care.
Well, the buck stops there, I guess.
Should you need... There is an urgent matter which requires your personal attention. This task falls to you and only you.
Did they summon Umaril again? Because I'm pretty sure I killed him and made it stick this time, damn it.
Milona Umbranox, Harry...
Okay.
Are you prepared to begin?
Yep.
Count Hasseldor of Skingrad has contacted the council. He claims to have information that is vital to us. He has requested that you personally travel to Skingrad to obtain this information.
I guess I
I
impressed
cannot
him.
stress how important it is that our relationship with Hasseldor be preserved. I expect you to visit him immediately.
I'll teleport there right away. Why don't you tell me about him?
I am unsure as to why he has requested that you, of all people, should be the one to visit him. I have no wish to put you in harm's way.
I was there before, mate, you know?
Please travel there as soon as possible. The Count is waiting for you. Please pay a visit to Count Hasseldor in Skingrad. If his information is as vital as he claims, we need it as soon as possible.
Knowledge is power. Guard it
Count
well.
Hasseldor awaits.
Now, can't we do something interesting? Aside from the obvious answer of go to Skingrad. Behold! I'm going there as fast as I can, just like I was told.
Hello. You are here to see the Count, yes? He has been expecting you. Please, wait here. I shall inform him of your arrival.
If you're a Necromancer, you're getting a sword through the face. You can see when the camera snaps, can't you? I do like that you do have idling animations. That's a nice detail.
How are you?
Also, if you hold down R and hit the button, it'll do things, as you can see. Which can be kind of cool to look at, honestly.
Hail.
Obviously, you must stare at your hands while casting, ladies and gentlemen, so that the sparkly waves of magic will envelop your body like a giant DNA helix. Look at me, sir! I'm a wizard!
You've got a real bounce to your step. I'll bet you're quite the acrobat.
Yes, I am! Seriously, look at how high I can jump relative to a human. I can jump about a man's height. You can be very
How do you
bouncy
do?
in this game.
Hail. Vadis Callidius sure can use his shield. I've never seen him take a hit. That's good to know. You can never be too careful. So
Watch
long.
me slide across the floor, because they
You
didn't
too.
really expect you to look at this angle too much. They expected you to use it for cool shots. Not actually moving around. See? Weird slidiness.
Afternoon.
Glarther is acting even stranger than usual, don't you think? Welcome,
course.
Guild Mage. We meet again, although in different circumstances.
Welcome, vampire.
I fear this time you may find the results no more to your liking than the last. Less so, perhaps.
Huh?
The information I have for your guild will not be met with smiles and handshakes, I fear.
Room errors?
I believe the rugged climate of Bruma suits Narina Carvane. She's tough and cold, but you always know what to expect from her.
Toughness and coldness?
I have called you here because, from our previous encounter, I believe you can be trusted.
Alright.
Consider the implications of that as you handle a small matter for me. Surprised? Nothing is for free, mage. There is a small nuisance I would have you deal with before I tell you what I know. One good turn deserves another, after all.
Tit for tat. What's the problem?
It is a minor situation, to be sure, but neither I nor my guards can become directly involved. A nest of vampires has sprung up in Bloodcrust Cavern, southeast of the town.
Appropriate name.
They are a threat to the town and must be eliminated. Their presence has drawn a group of vampire hunters to town, following rumors of vampires in Skingrad. While I do not believe my identity has been compromised, I do not wish to take any chances, and so cannot act on either matter.
Correct.
You, however, can act with impunity, and so will take care of this for me. Then, I will tell you what I know.
Fair enough. What can you tell me of these places?
What do you wish to know about it? The cavern is a short distance east of the castle, far enough from town that few residents have reason to pass by it, thankfully. I assure you, I am not responsible for them. I would never be so careless. Where there are mindless animals, predators are never far behind. This is not the first time such a thing has happened, however.
Oh?
On some level, they're aware of my presence. Whether they covet all that I have, or simply wish to see it destroyed, I do not know. They have given in to their instincts, and are little more than animals. They need to be exterminated, one way or another.
Man, if Oblivion's facial animations could actually reflect rage and anger, Janice would probably just be spitting blood and fire.
A troublesome lot. I expect you to deal with them. There are at least 3 of them. I know only one by name, a wood elf, called Eredor. He's rather good from what I understand. I could handle them myself, but it would be unwise to display my prowess in public. That is the folly of the young and proud. Of course, should you be caught murdering them in the streets, the guards will respond accordingly. I can't be connected with this, remember?
Huh. Alright, do you know where they are?
This I cannot say. I have refrained from expressing too much interest, lest their attention be turned towards the castle. The citizens will likely know more. I imagine many have noticed their presence here.
How do you want me to deal with them? Permanently?
Kill them. Run them out of town. Do what you will. I simply want them gone.
Alright.
Of course, should you be caught murdering them in the streets, the guards will respond accordingly.
So don't get caught. Got it.
I cannot arouse further suspicion by offering leniency to you, should you find yourself on the wrong side of the law.
Alright, I've got cash.
Kill.
One hit, never mind there. Apologies. I had to click through that.
I shall await your return. Protect and...
What can you tell me about? Tell me absolutely
I
nothing.
went to the chapel yesterday, but Valandris was the only one there. I figured I'd come back another time. You too. Good to see you. You're new here, or you'd know me. Tutius Sextius, my people have lived in Skingrad since the dawn. Father and the Count were best of friends. Bye.
I'll always follow the magic psychic powers I have by being a protagonist. Use that to find out where this Eredor is. Now, I do remember this quest, and there's something important about it. If you do it early on, well, I'll say this much. There's a way to get the vampire hunters and vampires to fight. And, well, if you do it early on, there's a good chance of the vampire hunters winning. If you do it later on, one side's gear levels, one side's does not. The vampire hunters are not in a good situation, shall we say, because of that set gear thing. Well, that screws a lot of characters over and quests over, because you have to basically do the entire damn lifting that's intended for, well, a level 12. That's just really annoying. Like all this... Ha! Reputation for to be a powerful wizard. And he busted in trying to punch things when I got mugged.
What is it? Who will help an old
And again,
beggar?
I suppose he might be a wizard. He just likes to punch things better. Or he's a punch wizard! That'd be cool. Not something I've seen in this, but it'd be cool. I know there's a build for that. I know there's quite a few weird builds for Morrowind that are surprisingly effective.
Greetings, Red Guard.
That can't be right. Yeah, it's on the other side of this. Okay. Can I get through here? Yes, I can! Knowing the streets,
Please,
ladies and
go ahead.
gentlemen, very important. Let's find this Eredor.
I got nothing to say.
Karsten, reference to the Karsteins. You may note it, or the Karnsteins, as it were. Please note his utterly awful gear. That man's utterly awful gear.
I got nothing to
This man's
say.
utterly awful gear.
I'm busy. You got business to do?
Oh, no. Not another one.
What?
Citizen of Skingrad, please be advised that I am here on official business and wish no harm. Oh, forget it. Let me guess. You're worried about what my men and I are doing here in town, right? You have my assurance that my men and I will do everything in our power to keep the people of Skingrad safe. We're here to help. If you have seen anything unusual, particularly anything implying the presence of the undead here in town, please report it at once.
Okay, those bits of Skingrad, I'm reminded of automated voicemail machines a while ago. You are talking to... Pause. Blah, 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 blah. As they try and figure out how to actually say whatever the hell is supposed to go in the blank.
All I care about is where the vampires are hiding. I know they're here somewhere. You know where they're holed up?
Bloodcrust Cavern.
Is that so? Well, perhaps we'll have to pay them a little visit. Thanks for the tip, friend.
There's one problem dealt with.
A sincere welcome.
Because, to be blunt, at this stage in the game, the question is not, will the vampires wreck them? The question is, how long will they survive? I'm pretty sure I can at least jump onto the rim there. Damn. Come on, let me jump up, please. Ah! From house to house I steal.
A little bird told me that you've been asking around town about Glarther, a resident eccentric. I'd like to know why.
Let's go for a neutral option.
Fine, play it that way. Let me give you some friendly advice. Glarther is crazy. Maybe harmless crazy, maybe not. Don't get involved with him. If he asks you to do anything strange, you come see me first. Got it? Or any of the town guard. Let us handle it.
Interesting. That makes Glarther's paranoia come in a different light. Now, if only that light was vaguely justified. Alright, try all this Castle Skingrad, because it's actually really close, and I could use taking the jumping damage to increase my acrobatics, and I could use the healing the damage to increase my restoration. Yeah, Bloodcrust Cavern is really close. Like, holy shit. Look at that fade in! Old games! But yeah, I was not joking when I said Bloodcrust Cavern is really close. Like, look at this. It's ridiculous. Brazen fucks. No, not that. Okay, what's going on here? I forget, do I need to wait for them to move out?
Should you need something, I will be happy to oblige.
Ah, we're watching them move out, it seems.
Hello again. What?
Why are you here?
So word hasn't gotten around to all the townspeople. Interesting. They must be very good at keeping a low profile. We heard tell that vampires have infiltrated the town. Came here to root them out.
Ha.
I've got my men scattered all over town. Shamar's up by the statue. Vontus is out in the high pasture. And Karsten has the town exit near the castle covered.
Goodbye.
If you...
You got a real bounce to your step. I'll bet you're quite the acrobat.
Given that my leg seems to be able to phase through your head, I'm going to assume you're a ghost. Also, really, vampire hunters? I give you your information, you don't actually do anything? Really? Do I need to just go to Bloodcrust Cave flat out, cleanse it, and then tell them, hey, guess what? The vampires are gone? Because if I gotta do that, I'm gonna be annoyed. I was reasonably certain that I could actually just, well, deal with it. Let's give them a day, see if they actually do crap. If they bust in, I'll let them get stabbed to death by one vampire or something. Because, you know, very early game gear versus very late game vampires. They're not going to end up too well. And of course, if even cleansing the vampires doesn't do it, then I suppose I just have a lot of money. Seriously, I've got a lot of cash.
Just you pathetic worm!
The matter is that I'm fighting a brutal opponent. Now you're on fire! This is how you deal with invisible things. You set them on fire or something like that. Because you know what? If you're invisible, I can still see the fire. Frost damage dagger, right. Okay, they actually took down one of the blood crusts. I'll give them that. That's actually pretty impressive. Wow, that's a lot of money for arrows. Okay, yeah. I'll be a greedy fuck for a bit. And no one's surprised, the underleveled vampire hunters are dying in droves to the actually dangerous vampires. These vampires weren't even at this level. They just got clothing. Oh no, you had an ebony cuirass. Alright, that's actually pretty impressive. Eredor himself had, for armor, he had leather gauntlets, leather boots, and leather greaves. These vampire hunters are pathetic, but they do have a bit of gold on them, so it's a decent hunt at least. And early in the game, as long as you have enough potions of cure disease to deal with the polyphoric hemophilia, well, doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt you. Hunting vampires obviously does hurt vampires. You can definitely see how leveled gear matters in this game. And this is just one of the best quest examples of it, to be blunt. I can't think of any better ones. Like, at all.
Guess it was nothing.
Yep, 2 of your friends are dead. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Showing your face was the last mistake you'll ever make.
See if I can actually get them to go, no, I'm not here, or something. Loot? Loot? I wonder if I'll get your sneak skill leveled up. Ba-ding. That'd be funny if I actually managed to succeed on this. Nope, didn't.
Look,
Okay.
you've got yours.
You're in danger armor. What did you just hit me with? Oppressing grasp. Really? Oppressing grasp? And an ebony shield when you carry a claymore? Really? How'd this guy die? He probably died by having no armor. That sounds like a suicide to me. Wait, why do I have 550 pounds? Right, bird. I was like, did I pick it for armor by mistake?
Starting to see things, I am.
Well, that was convenient. What do you do? Goodbye. Alright, that was boring. No surprise. And another dead vampire. Am I supposed to be impressed? Really, am I supposed to be impressed? 'Cause, I'll take a restoration stat potion. Those are always those are generally very helpful. Also, a coffin for sleeping. I do like you can get a proper sleeping coffin in the Den of Murderers. No, it was Den of Thieves. Like, the DLC is called Cave Murderers or something. Comes with the Game of the Year edition, honestly, so I didn't buy it individually. Of course, Game of the Year also comes with the most infamous DLC in all of known history. Horse armor. We all know what a colossal cock-up that was, don't we? Ooh, pumpkins. It's a nice touch they do have a guide to Skingrad here for the guys who want to go hunting in Skingrad for people. It does make sense to, you know, study your prey. And yes, I'm deliberately using dehumanizing terms. They're vampires. They're dicks like that. I could have just walked around. Alright. Well, I'm dumb. News at 11. Actually, it's 11:27 right now. Anyway, that's vampires and vampire hunters. Very dead, or re-dead in the vampire's case. Let's get going. Very hard lock. How hard actually is it? I need to talk to Count Hassel.
Get out of here.
Oh, great. I don't want to get arrested. Goodbye. Let's wait until the minions are outside. She did give me a bit of a shock, though. I'm not sure if you can actually hear it when I judder myself in shock. Kind of weird. I don't like
You're the
surprises.
hands of a healer.
Good morning.
You have completed your tasks for the Count, have you not? Then, please, Wait here while I inform him.
Plural? I guess I did have 2 different groups killed off instead of just one, but... you know what? Let's jump off the balcony repeatedly while we wait for the Count to train my acrobatics. You know, I wonder how that much looked outside people. This guy comes in, he gets a pass from the Count, and then he starts jumping off
You're
the
the
balcony
divine crusader
while he waits. I didn't take any damage that time. I screwed up then.
Ah!
Well, skill training while I wait for the Count. And yes, this is in fact a valid method of training your skills. Sad, isn't it?
Ah!
Not the best place to train your acrobatics, but it does kind of work.
Yes?
Just make sure to get yourself over the railing on your jump, though. Otherwise, you're just going to land safely, and that's boring, isn't it?
Greetings, Imperial.
Do you know what happened to Mercator Osiris? I haven't seen him at the castle lately.
Is that so? What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
They say syndicates of wizards have
See? Skill up.
Imperial goods. The land of the altar.
Somerset
The
Isle!
Altar have powerful wizards.
Greetings to
It
you.
could be a dangerous situation.
Goodbye.
Be seeing you.
The Count is up.
Alright, I'll continue jumping off his balcony and leaving bloodstains on his carpet, most likely. And then he wonders why this random maniac is doing what they're doing.
What is it now?
I've seen Shamir. practicing archery. He's really good. I might try to get some pointers from him.
Sure, I'm losing health overall, but...
So the work is complete.
Alright, what are your rumors?
No wonder Narina Cavane is so cranky. If you had to live year-round in a cold, drafty, soot-stained castle like Bruma, you'd be cranky too.
Experience, sir?
The cavern is silent once more. I would be foolish to think that this might send a message to those who would encroach on my territory.
I mean, it's called Bloodcrust Cavern. Maybe set up some traps in it, because, come on, dude. Vampires, Bloodcrust, you're kind of asking for it, just narratively speaking.
Your guild does not fully appreciate the danger which quickly approaches. Hopefully, when you return to them, their eyes will be opened. The Necromancers are a sign of things to come. An old acquaintance of the guild has come to Cyrodiil, and they are answering his call. While I do not know for quite what purpose he has arrived, I believe the Guild of Mages is in great danger. Mannimarco has returned. Nearly invincible, he has established himself somewhere in the north of Cyrodiil. This is all that I know. See to it that your leader, Traven, learns this as soon as possible. I have no love for your guild, but I have no wish to see it destroyed either.
Also, Mannimarco is not known for tolerating independent undead servants much.
I have told you all that I know. Mannimarco has come to Cyrodiil, and I believe he means harm to your guild. Traven must know this. Even I know that some from your guild have defected to join him. I believe you can be trusted, as you have been attacked once already.
Could be a double bluff.
Perhaps it is a mistake to make that assumption.
Clever.
Only time will tell, I suppose. He is an old and powerful necromancer.
Oh, you have no idea.
Traven will recognize the name even if you do not.
The King of Worms is horrifying.
Return to your guild and prepare yourself accordingly.
Hi. Good morning. How are you today?
Just fine, thank you, sir. I need to get to my guild right now. The King of Worms has come! Mannimarco! A lot of people guess that he is the... and I'm pretty sure he is. The villain of the very first Elder Scrolls game. The greatest Imperial battle mage. Not Sun Tzu.
How are you today?
Hi there.
Yeah.
What news from Skingrad? I assume you've spoken to Count Hasseldor?
Are you going to keep that You're not going to keep that smile
A
on your
master
face.
sorcerer like Janus Hasseldor inevitably outlives all his peers. It must be a lonely existence.
The Telvanni would agree, and I do like that detail that they think he's a master sorcerer instead of, well, a vampire.
What? Is that possible? This is grave news indeed.
That's horrible.
I had, perhaps foolishly, believed that necromancy was all but stamped out in Cyrodiil. It seems I couldn't have been more mistaken. I shall need to consult the council as to how to proceed with this situation.
Stab him!
Thank you for the information. It may save many lives.
Can I stab him? I want to stab him. Let me stab him.
My attention...
I can probably level up.
I've heard of you. Half. You do. You see.
Let's get it 24 hours? Because I'm not sure what to do right now, aside from wait, and so we wait for 24 seconds and change while the loading screens go. I push buttons, and you hear me ramble on about how dumb this thing is. Alright, let's see if Traven actually has something for me to do.
How are you?
Look at.
My attention is...
You know, let's go see if a certain thing has happened.
You've got some nimble fingers. What have you been getting into?
Oh my. No. Let's give it another 24 hours. If the certain thing hasn't happened, then... either I can't get the task, then I'll go see if the certain thing has happened. Those of you who have played the game, I expect you to know what I'm talking about. Those of you who don't, well, you're going to find out. It's a neat opening to Mannimarco's arrival. And no, I'm not going to have to play Zombie Army.
Well met.
The council is in complete disarray at the news of Mannimarco's presence in Cyrodiil.
No shit.
The King of Worms has obviously targeted the guild, but we have no idea why.
He's a jackass.
No demands have been made. All of my attention is devoted to the council. We must discern the reason for this sudden attack and stop Mannimarco before he destroys us all. I am unable to look into something that has been brought to my attention. Are you capable of going on my behalf?
I can go now.
Good. Please go to Bruma. I have not heard from Jean Frasoric for a few days now, which is unusual for her. While I welcome the break from correspondence with her, I worry that something may be amiss given recent developments.
Oh gee,
Find out if Jean is all right, and let me know if she needs anything. Make sure she's all right, will you? It's not like her to avoid contact with the university for so long.
Alright, rumors?
The mages... Come see me when you've spoken to...
Alright. Those of you who are plot savvy can tell exactly what's about to happen. After all, we just had a great big evil necromancer, the King of Worms, Arctis himself, the first Imperial battle mage, master of the arts of destruction, and still a really horrifically terrifying necromancer. Was it Jagar Tharn? I can't remember if the Worm King is Jagar Tharn or not. Alright, well, let's go over here.
Ah!
Looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any issues. Well, let's go talk to Jeanne, see what's got her causing problems. Okay, then. It appears to have been attacked. Gee, what told you that? Everything's on fucking fire. Selena is dead. Let's loot her corpse for anything useful, which is nothing. The books have all been stolen. Ah! With drained strength, I'm now overencumbered. So, you sorry-ass sons of bitches, you want to try that again? Come! Bring it! Bring it! Come at me! Seriously, you don't get over here, I can't stab you. There we go. Problem solved. Bad guy stabbed. And this is why I bought that Summon Dremora Lord spell. Because at this stage in the game, he dies. There is, however, a very clever callback in this that I do like quite a bit. Let's take some flour out of this flaming sack. That makes sense, right? I'm not sure why that would have an hourglass and yarn. I'll chalk that up to video game logic, you know? Alright, let's get some snacks before we... from the burning wreck of the guild hall. That makes perfect sense. Oh, I'm on fire. This is mildly annoying. Fire deals a bit of damage, but not really all that much, honestly. Anything good in the cupboards? Mutton. Yum. You like a good bit of mutton. Do like most meat, really. And carrots. Carrots are pretty good.
Watch out.
Survivor? I'll grab the soul gems, because, yeah. Also, if somehow you haven't gotten it in all this time, Novice Mortar and Pestle. So I think they hand one of those out in the tutorial room, so I'd question how you manage that feat of incompetent skill, I suppose. Also the other novice things here, but again, if you haven't managed to get them by now. Volinaro is dead, too. Him in his snazzy suit. I'm the only one who managed to kill any ghosts, unless they all dissipated like they do in the fluff instead of in the gameplay. Oh, fuck off. Saw this! Alright, fine. Fine! You damn ghosts want to play like this? Fine! We'll play! No more Mr. Nice Guy. Alright. Recharge my weaponry as quickly as I can. Grace? Fine, all this power stuff is soul power. King of Worms, try me! Bring out your demons! Bring out your devils and monsters and corpses and rot! Come! Come and fight me! The Blades agent of Daggerfall's era may not have been able to defeat me. You know what? I'm not that man. I am myself. And I am no other. I am myself. That's all I am. Meanwhile, looting ectoplasm. I'm gonna get quite a bit of it off this. Alright, over encumbered. I'll spend some time healing. And I'll pick my loot back up, because I don't want to lose that. Some of it is uniques. And as you guys surely know by now, I'm a giant hoarding nut. Probably need to dispose of my alchemy ingredients too. Haven't done that for a while, have I? Well, they're not going to need these things anymore. I may as well loot them. If they were any use. Shock, no use. Still, good quest for getting ectoplasm, I'll say that much. Boar meat. Pretty rare. What, nothing? I guess it all burned or something. All burned. All burned. All burned. Ah, this was blocked off and somewhat on fireside. Calipers and tongs. I have no idea why those exist. They're both pretty much the same thing.
Come out wherever you are.
What have we here? A visitor. I'm afraid you've missed the party. The guest of honor has already left.
You won't be leaving, though. I'll see to that now.
Are they gone?
Yep.
I was too afraid. I just couldn't move. I could hear the screaming, but I just couldn't move. He killed them all. Just slaughtered them. I saw his face. I saw the King of Worms. The Mages Guild. I couldn't believe my eyes. I think the only reason I'm alive is because I was invisible.
Huh.
But even so, I think he saw me. He killed them, one by one. Volonaro was last, I think. He was trying to run away, but he didn't make it, did he?
No.
The King of Worms stood over him, right before he died. And it looked like he sucked out Volonaro's soul.
That sounds necromancy enough.
He said something about Echo Cave and destroying the Mages Guild. Then he looked right at me and grinned.
Trap.
You've got to do something. You've got to tell Archmage Traven.
What are you going to do?
He might come back if he knows I'm still here. I'm not staying here.
Sensible.
I'll go to the Imperial City Hannibal Traven can protect me.
Faithful in your boss, I guess.
It's not safe here. Leave before he comes back.
Well, I called him out down there, so... Hey, who knows? Maybe you'll get caught in a fight between the Divine Crusader and the King of Worms. The Paladin versus the Lich. Isn't that an old D&D trope? Well, not so much a trope, it's just kind of an inventor plot line, I suppose, which isn't really a trope. The incarnation of good. Not the incarnation of good here. Iron and steel that. Iron and steel. Versus the incarnation of evil. Hey, Discar, remember I'm much faster than you. Oh, and here's your dead friend. I like that detail that they just mentioned, that buildings are built partly below ground to conserve heat in Bruma. It's cold! We're going to actually reflect this in our buildings! It's one of those nice details that sometimes crops up. You have to have it pointed out to you, though, unless you're an architect, and I'm not an architect, I just know a bit about architecture at the most. Hello! Alright.
Evening. Any word from Jean in Bruma?
Splat, I guess?
He was the only one left? This is worse than I thought. From what he's told you, Mannimarco, the King of Worms, is here in Cyrodiil and preying on our guild. This is something I'd never have dreamed. We'll need a few days to digest this new information. Should Jaskar arrive here, we'll see to it that he's well taken care of. Thank you.
I guess he did think...
Be seeing you.
Did he not think Hasseldor was telling him the truth or something? Because, what? You should be able to dream of it. You got told it was here. You get?
You're a fit one. Been running a lot.
You have
Pleasure.
no idea, sir.
Truly, you are an asset to the guild. I reward you with the rank of wizard and teach you a most powerful spell.
Yep.
Take care.
Wizard's Fury is a very scary spell because it's much cheaper than it should be. That's a lot of damage. There are also lower level versions of it. The lowest level version is actually the most efficient, believe it or not.
At the worst possible time, the council is in ruins. A course of action could not be agreed upon. Some felt that we are in danger of being exterminated and that it is time to fight back. Others felt it appropriate to fight fire with fire, as it were. The council has shattered and artifacts have been lost. The Necromancer's Amulet and the Bloodworm helm have been taken.
What?
What can be said about taxes? They're high, but we must pay. At least they are administered efficiently, and the shrinkage is within decent limits.
The fuck's the shrinkage? Is that like a thing? That even... What?
A group of mages led by Erlav Jarol took the helm and have retreated to Fort Telemann in an effort to study it further. They hope to learn enough from it to find some way to fight Mannimarco. I tried to dissuade them, but it was no use. I would like the helm returned so that it may be kept safe here in the university. I fear Erlav has made himself a target for the Necromancers.
I would imagine. And Necromancer...
Karanya insisted on removing it from the university. She said it posed a threat to the safety of the Imperial City.
Makes sense.
While I do not doubt that she was right, I question whether her motives were genuine. She seemed all too eager to explore its power.
Yeah.
I fear she is not safe from the minions of the King of Worms. She is at Fort Ontus. Please go there and return with the amulet. Help her to see that she should not use the weapons of the enemy, especially out of fear.
I'll stab her.
It was last seen in the possession of Earl of Jarol. He was taking it to Fort Telemann. I can only assume he is still there. Please, return the helm here before any harm comes to it, or those who are using it. Secure those artifacts before it's too late.
Alright then. Next time, we're going artifact hunting again. Remember when I spent a bunch of time doing that? Remember how fun it was to do all those Daedric shrines? Because actually a lot of them were pretty fun. We're just hunting down the requirements for them. It's kind of annoying. But anyway. It will be pretty interesting. They're both okay items. You don't get to keep them. Yeah. So, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please put them in the comment section below or in the threads in Space Battles and Sufficient Velocity that will be linked in the description. And for now, excuse me, goodbye! What an awkward ending, eh?